Hello and thank you for clicking on this video. So today I'm going to show you how I've been doing my under eye makeup. So I'm literally going to show you the combination that I do, the techniques, which order and the products that I use to get a really nice, smooth and bright under eye. This is something that I struggled with for years with makeup because I would buy products and on pictures I would end up looking literally like Casper the Ghost because I would get really bad flashback. Powder would be in places where I'm like, that's not supposed to be there, and my makeup would always look rubbish, especially on nights out when there would be flash used. In daylight it would look okay, but I would get a lot of creasing. Since I've been using this combination of products and routine, I have really noticed a difference in it. It looks really good in pictures and in real life, which is really important because your pictures, you know, it's important to get your pictures looking good, but if you're going out, then you're actually around humans and you don't want it to look ridiculous in real life and good on pictures, or vice versa. So if you want to see how to get a really nice, smooth and bright under eye, then please keep on watching. So I'm going to start off with the most important thing, you know, of doing makeup: clipping my hair back. I just cannot deal with hair whilst trying to do makeup. That I've got foundation on, I have got a little bit of eyeshadow, some lashes, and I put some contour on. That is where I'm up to. So the next step would be concealer. I would say that the magic happens probably more to do with the powders rather than the concealers, but these concealers are really good. These are really affordable. The powders that I am going to use are they're not drugstore products, so they can be a little bit on the pricier side, but I'm going to get to that in a little bit. I'm just going to start off by mixing two concealers together. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and this is the Maybelline Anti-Age Eraser. I'll say again. This is the Maybelline Anti-Age Eraser Concealer. So what I'm going to do is, this one is really brightening, so this is going to tone it down a little bit. So I'm just going to pop this on first, and I'm just going to put it underneath there, just like that. This one's running out actually, I need to pick some more up. Like so. And just drag it out. I like to drag mine all the way up to the hairline. This is really going to make your face look nice and drawn out and give you a really nice sculpted look. So I'm also going to pop it just in this area here, a tiny bit down the nose, a little bit here, and a little bit there. That is the Fit Me concealer, and I'm using that as a bit of a base, but then also I'm going to use this one just a little bit just under the eyes, just to brighten it up a little bit more. When I'm doing this on myself, I like to use my fingers to blend it out first of all. If I'm doing it on clients, I will use an actual brush to blend it in, just to avoid touching the face too much. So I'm just going to start blending this out with my fingers, because I think the majority of people who are watching this probably won't be watching because they're makeup artists and doing it on clients. So I want everyone to be able to do this. What I'm doing down here with my hands is that when I tap it in, you will get some excess product. So I like to just rub that into my fingers, almost makes it disappear, just so we don't have too much product sitting on our under eye. And you want to keep looking up so you can get right up to your eye line. And then we're going to go in with the brush that I used for applying my foundations. This is just a big fluffy brush. I'm going to blend the rest of it out. So I'm literally just going over with this brush and making sure that it's all nice and blended, there's no harsh lines, and it doesn't look ridiculous. So now you can see that we have highlighted the under eye quite nicely, but we obviously need to make sure that this is all set. So the first powder product that I'm taking is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake, and this is in shade Pound Cake, and I'm literally just going to take the lid off of this, and there will be a little bit of powder in the netting at the top. First step is that we want to set this concealer as soon as possible. We don't want any creasing, it can crease really quickly. We don't want it settling into them fine lines on the under eye or around the mouth area. So what you want to do is just give it another quick blend to make sure that that concealer's not sitting in them lines, because we don't want to set creased concealer, we want to set smooth concealer. I'm literally just taking this Real Techniques fluffy brush and setting the under eye. I'm literally just dabbing a little bit of this, just a dust of it, and then I'm going to take a little bit extra and I'm just going to use that on those other areas that I put the concealer to set that to. So now that is set, we don't need to worry too much now about creasing, and it's all going to stay there. So if you wanted to move on and just set your eyes with that, then you certainly can, but I like to bake as well. So now I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty powder. I always say that wrong. Now I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty powder, and this is in butter, and I am obsessed with this powder, like obsessed. I'm so happy that I got it. Now for this step, I'm going to be using a powder puff. So I get these powder puffs off eBay. They're honestly really inexpensive. I think you get 2 in a pack and it's like £2.30. You can get some like bigger ones and triangle shaped ones, but I'm actually really happy with this. They have a little like a little handle to put your finger through, and what you're going to do is just squeeze the powder puff together like this, so it's in this kind of shape. We just want to make sure that we're not patting it on in a circular motion, because we won't be able to get it in sort of all the areas that we want. Just pressing the powder puff into the Fenty powder, and then I'm just giving it a really quick tap. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up and I'm going to start putting this powder on. And then just swiping it out to the side. And again on the other eye. So pressing it down and dragging it across. Now I'm going to add a little bit around my jawline. This is just going to help make your contour look snatched. So for my little routine, I actually use 3 powders, which I know seems a little bit excessive, and I would say that obviously these ones are not sort of affordable products, but I really can't stress this enough that sometimes with makeup, or I mean a lot of things, it is worth spending just that little bit extra if you can afford it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go on the search for a bit more of an affordable powder collection, and then I'll do a little update. So now that I've put this powder on, I want to leave it to set a little bit longer. At this stage, what I would do is carry on with the rest of my makeup. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit more contour back to my face, just because I do feel like I've lost it a little bit with adding the concealer. I'm just adding a tiny bit. I don't want to end up too orange. I'm also going to use a cream blush today. So this is the Kiko Cosmetics cream blush, and this is in shade 05. And I'm just going to take that brush and I'm just going to pop some onto the stippling brush. I'm going to smile and I'm going to put some cream blush on. So like I said earlier, I do want this video to be mainly about the powder technique that I use and like the concealer and stuff, but whilst this is setting, I'm just going to carry on with the rest of my makeup. I will let you know what I'm using, but I'm not going to spend too long sitting doing the other aspects of my makeup. So this is actually the e.l.f. Micro Brow Pencil, or the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. So that's been sitting on there a while now, and I don't really like to do my bronzer until I've wiped away my bake. So what I'm going to do is wipe away this top section, and then I'm going to put some bronzer on and my blush and stuff like that. So the next step, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury powder, and this is the Airbrush Flawless Finish in shade 1 Fair, and I'm going to be taking that same brush again, and what I'm going to do before I wipe away this bake is literally just really lightly dab the brush into this Charlotte Tilbury powder, and then I'm going to wipe it away. So as you can see, when I start wiping away, the under eye will look nice and bright and really smooth and just yummy, basically. Yummy, yummy, yummy. This Fenty Beauty powder is so fine that it sort of dusts around a little bit when you're doing this, but it's a beautiful powder. And it works really well. And I'm going to go in with bronzer, the MAC Dark Deep, and I'm just going to put that onto there. And then I'm just going to go over again with that same brush that I use for foundation, just to make sure everything is nicely blended. We don't want any harsh lines anywhere. Then for blush, I'm going to use my beloved Zoeva Cosmetics Coral Spectrum palette, and I'm just going to smile and go over. And then the final step, which you are going to need like 1000%, and this one is really affordable, so I would definitely pick up these. These I recommend so much. These are the Garnier Skin Active Rose Soothing Glow Mist. You can also get an argan oil one, and I'm pretty sure there's a yellow one as well. I'm going to spray this really generously because we put so much powder on our face. We need something to just melt it all together, look really hydrated again, and just we don't want to look dry. And then I'm just going to do a couple of finishing touches to the makeup. here we have the finished look.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want.
So this makeup now will literally last like all day. The powder will not move. I've set everything, I've sprayed everything. I feel like this is a really nice way to get that really bright under eye without it being super extreme, if that makes sense. It's not too bright. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I am on a journey to 1,000 subscribers and I'm almost there. I'm closer to 1,000 than 500 now, which is really good. If you want to be in for the chance of winning a huge giveaway prize, and I mean huge, then make sure you subscribed and click the notification bells and you will literally see 1,000 subscriber giveaway come up. Yeah, thank you very much again for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it and I hope to see you here again very soon. Thank you.
Let me feel your love again, 'cause I've been running round in circles screaming out your name.